First, the bad news. SAP Business AI won't help you generate cubist versions of your family's holiday photos. But it will help you understand which supplier is best to help you roll out your plant-based packaging in Southeast Asia, or identify the training your junior project manager needs to rise up the ranks, and automate repetitive tasks while you focus on big innovations, so you can be ready for the next opportunity. Revolutionary technology, real-world results. That's SAP Business AI.
This episode is brought to you by FX's Feud, Capote versus the Swans. Inspired by actual events, the series tells the story of Truman Capote and the women he betrayed. The original housewives. They were society's most elite women. Rich, glamorous socialites who defined a bygone era of high society New York. From creator Ryan Murphy, this drama series features an all-star cast, including Naomi Watts, Demi Moore, and Diane Lane. FX's Feud premieres January 31st on FX Stream on Hulu.
We're moving on. You ought to come with us. Hey everybody, I am Kelly Wilkness here with Anita Joyce, and this is Decorating Tips and Tricks, episode 450, Transitioning from Holiday to Winter Decor. I hope you've all had a wonderful holiday season so far. You can take a tour of my house decorated for Christmas. I'll put the link in the show notes, but you better hurry up because I'm going to take our own advice and transition from holiday to winter really soon.
Time to start thinking about that.
Time to start thinking about it. Well, enjoy your Christmas. We are here to tell you how to put it all away and change everything up. So,
well, if you listen to our Decorate Light episode, you don't have a lot to put up. That's the good news for you.
Yeah, just put your feet up. We have a lot of good tips today. I have a little secret confession.
Oh, I do love your secret confessions, Kelly.
You know, it's just because I feel a little bad because everybody's so excited about Christmas. And I do really love Christmas. And I do love decorating, especially in the lighter way that I have come to enjoy over the past several years with the help of my friend Anita.
I feel there's a but coming. I sense it.
But I love the clean, fresh slate of January.
That's so interesting you say that because every January when other people are complaining about how bare their houses look, I am just so loving my house.
I just love not only the less because you've enjoyed, it's almost like having a giant meal and you're like, oh gosh. And then you have like a glass of lemon water or something in the morning and you just feel so much better. So it's not even necessarily the less, it's the possibility that lies before you with the new year. I think it's so exciting. So I think I kind of get more excited about that as a transition. But I do obviously enjoy all the aspects of Christmas. And we go, very deep into that here in my family and enjoy all of it. But there's something about January, maybe because I'm a January baby, but I just love it. I love my new planner. Like I got my new planner a couple of weeks ago and I've just been cracking it open, putting some things in and I just can't wait to get in there and see what's going to happen this year.
Part of it is you and I love the here and now and we love the future. And if you read about our personality types, we are missing a rear view mirror. We don't look back. We look at now and the future. So, we're always excited about what's coming next. So I'm kind of one of those people. I love Christmas. I love decorating for Christmas. I enjoy the holidays. I am having so much fun this Christmas time. But right after Christmas, well before the new year, I will be putting my Christmas tree up and I will be transitioning to a winter decor. It is not because I don't love Christmas. It's just because once the presents aren't there, my family, my kids, I hate to say it, it is a present delivery device. So once the presents have been delivered, it's no longer of interest to my family.
That is so funny. Okay, so let's get into the tips for today. Mm-hmm. Well, one we've already touched on. Use more all-season decor in the first place, or just less Christmas decor, less specific Christmas decor. And then, it's easier to transition. So if you're into it being easier to transition and having something that can last, because it really, even if you start the minute you've eaten that turkey, even if you start then, it's a very short window that people do a whole heck of a lot. So if you can get more time out of your decor, if you stay with the more wintry type look than super, super Christmassy, then, you can carry on and you don't have to do really anything right away. It's just all of that Christmas when it's the calendar turns to January, just kind of turns me off. I want it to be gone.
Right. It just seems like it just feels dated to me. After Christmas is over, it feels just like this is past. We're still enjoying our time off, but Christmas itself seems to be over, but we're just kind of enjoying the holidays. So I'm kind of ready to. So obviously, as you're transitioning, you're putting up your tree or moving it out. If it's a real one, taking it outside, putting up. I kind of put up all of the red. If there's any red sitting out, I definitely take that up.
Now, I know what you're saying. But I think it's like a southern thing, like putting it up. Like to me, if I said I'm putting it up, that would be, I'm putting my red out. So you're putting it away.
Putting it away.
Just for any of our New Yorkers listening.
Putting it up in the attic, up in the shelf.
Right.
Whatever.
Putting it away.
Taking it out. Yeah, maybe I'm using some, I don't know, different phraseology. But anyway, the red is going bye-bye for now, but I'm leaving out any kind of greenery. I'm leaving out my fairy lights. I love leaving the fairy lights. To me are so wintry, and I love keeping the greenery. Any greenery that I have out, I love keeping out, as long as if it's real, as long as it still looks good, I will keep it out. And my boxwood wreaths, boxwood balls, I love keeping those out well past the Christmas season. I think those transition so well into Christmas decor.
Oh, yeah. All year round, for sure. So, yeah, I totally agree. Remove the red. Also, when you're doing this all and putting it away, purge. Get rid of the ornament that you didn't really like. Organize it so it's just easier next year. And it's a good time to get rid of stuff that you're on the fence about as with regard to your holiday decor, because you're not getting that sort of like, feeling about it coming out. You're like, ugh. And you want, you're getting rid of it. You're putting it away. So it'll be a little easier to let it go if you're so inclined.
Right. So, Evie is working on her teaching certification. So she's actually a teaching assistant at a school this year. And so I said, you can take our old faux tree to the classroom with you. She said, really? I said, under one condition, that it never comes back.
You don't want it all dusty after they've had it for a few years?
I said, do not bring it back.
Oh,
I don't care what happens to it.
Yeah.
Well, I do. I mean, don't just throw it outside, but yeah. So
I'm sure they'll use it for years to come.
Well, they were excited and and then I found a box of ornaments that I wasn't going to use again. So I said, the kids put them on the tree and really enjoyed it. So it made me so happy to see that tree, not in a landfill, but in a classroom, and it's a special needs classroom. And the kids just really enjoyed
that's so great.
Putting the ornaments on the tree. So
way to go.
Very excited about that.
Yeah.
And it cleared out some room in my attic.
Yay. All good. Win, win, win. Yeah. So I leave evergreen out, and I actually replace and replenish it, because now if I've had it since the beginning of December, I'll do a whole new round for January. And I like to mix up my greens anyway, so it's not just pine.
Where do you get it that it's fresh at Christmas time?
Trader Joe's.
Well, see, I got a Christmas wreath, a fir wreath at Trader Joe's a couple of weeks ago, and it's pretty dried out now. So you think I can go get another one? Maybe they have more there.
Yeah. I mean, they're constantly getting replenished at mine anyway, but I buy the cut greens that you would have in water anyway. Those are the ones that I do.
Oh, okay. I did the wreath. Okay.
All right. Yeah. I usually don't buy real wreaths and garlands to put inside because they do dry out. I have some cedar that I bought there around my door and a few other places. That's outside. But yeah, the greens that you can... And if the ones
I got those too. I got the greens in the vase too. Yes.
Oh yeah. So then if they still look good, which they may, just give them a fresh cut.
Well, the wreath, I actually ended up using like a candle ring. So I just kind of have it on the countertop.
No, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could, and you don't have, the stores will soon not have that anymore. And like you'll turn around, they'll be Easter bunnies. So, you can't keep going with that. But again, if you live anywhere where you have greenery outside, cut the greenery. It doesn't have to be Christmas type. It's such a nice thing to bring inside. What is so beautiful, if you can get your hands on, is some lemon tree branches or limes or orange tree branches. So beautiful.
Nice. Magnolia leaves too are so pretty this time of year.
So pretty. So all of that. And you can incorporate, I love incorporating white flowers any time of year, but it's a great time of year for white flowers. In fact, when I did my book, my January was these Casablanca lilies in this giant vase. And I will never forget what my house smelled like because, I had the opportunity to buy so many of them, or the reason to buy so many of them, to take pictures of it. That was, to my mind, that is the most intoxicating floral scent. I know some people really don't like it, but if you like it, go hog wild in January. It will just be beautiful in your home.
Well, this is also the time, if you don't have them out yet, be sure and get any furry pillows out, your fur throws. We have the faux snow leopard throw that everyone fights over, and the white furry pillows that I get out, and which are, look too hot in the summer. But it's a great time to have those out. And they just feel kind of cozy and inviting, but not really Christmassy, but definitely seasonally appropriate for winter.
Oh, yeah. No matter where you are. I mean, it's cold here now, like 49, but it's not freezing, but it's definitely cold here. I mean, and even if it ends up getting up to like 70, it's still, it's winter. The sun hits the house in a different way. It's just different. So I love to have my furries out. A great way to introduce some furriness into your home in a really inexpensive way is some of those little pelts, and I use pelts in air quotes because they're not real.
Right. All these are faux.
Right. So they're all over IKEA, but they're all over Amazon. I bought 2 for up in the podcast studio because also it's nice to have a little bit more texture up here, when we're talking and we're recording. So I sit on one, and one's on Peter's chair, and I have them in black, and I love them. And I think they were $26 or something for the 2 of them.
Oh, so, nice.
Yeah. So if you don't want to switch over your pillows or something like that, it's just like a fun thing to throw over the back of a chair, really inexpensive. So we can put some links to those in the show notes.
Well, also to go with those, the sweater pillows. Now's the time for the sweater pillows, and they look so cozy. If you have an old sweater, you can make your own, or you can buy them. You can find those anywhere. And I'm thinking too, to go with our greenery, you can use some pine cones. And I think it's still a great time to use the mercury glass, as long as it's not red. I think a lot of the silver mercury glass is so beautiful this time of year. And it just looks great with kind of the cozy winter stuff that we're using.
So true. And candles. And candles in mercury glass. Yeah. Candles, lanterns, all that. Back to the sweater pillows. The Better Homes and Gardens collection at Walmart has these great sweater pillows. So they're really inexpensive. Nice. So I'll put a link to those in the show notes. How about adding a new house plant? You've gotten rid of a tree maybe. And so now it's a nice time to add a house plant. A big one would be awesome, but a small one is nice too. Maybe or a series of 3 small ones along a windowsill or on the mantle. Just some organic freshness. Again, bringing in the greens, the neutrals, the golds, and the silvers. That's a lovely way to transition through the winter. And if you're a person who gets really excited about Valentine's Day, maybe you want to do something then. So maybe that's where then you sort of transition to maybe a few little decorations for that holiday. And then you slide into spring. But so you've got a long way to go from right after Christmas to the middle of February or even into March that you can enjoy this transitional decor.
This is the time to get your paper whites.
Yeah.
That's a good time. I order them on Amazon usually, but there's a lot of places you can get those. And then I pull out some silver bowls and tuck those in with the rocks and put some moss around them. And they're so pretty. I just love seeing those this time of year. It just makes me happy. And it's such a nice transition. And it's fun to kind of watch them growing up.
Mhm.
And if you're someone who has that kind of sadness when the holidays are over, I think that might be a nice thing to kind of look forward to seeing those grow every day. If you've gotten rid of the Christmas stuff and that's making you sad.
Don't you just love a great recommendation from a friend? Well, we're delighted to be recommending these companies and their wonderful products to you today. And let them know your friends at DTT sent you. Go ahead, clean out your closet, then head straight to Quince. I love every item Quince offers, from wardrobe to decor, and I can really recommend their Ultra Stretch Super Wide Leg Pant at $49.90. The price is unbeatable, and the look is so flattering. It keeps you in on top and flares out of the bottom. Everything feels right with Quince. The price, the quality, and the sustainability. Quince offers a range of luxury wardrobe and home goods at prices within reach. And like Quince's clothing, their home goods are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. Once you've cleaned out your closet and refreshed with Quince, you can also add something to your home decor. So give your wardrobe and your home the refresh it needs with Quince. Go to quince.com/DTT to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/DTT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/DTT. And let me know how you love those pants. Pesto pork chops over Parmesan polenta. Not that easy to say, but oh so easy to make with Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit company for eating well, and we have such a great deal for you. You're going to save $250. Listen on for the details on that. Green Chef makes eating well easy for any lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. You know, we're getting into the busy holiday season, so it's a perfect time to have Green Chef help you out. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with their chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients and nothing artificial. And you know what? You don't have to lose track of your healthy eating habits during the holidays. Every Green Chef customer gets a free session with their registered dietitians who will walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So sign up for your free session and start on the road towards better health today. And that deal I want to tell you about, visit greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. So that's greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. Okay, so let's get back to transitioning to our winter decor. We love this. Let's say it together. Bowls of citrus.
Oh, I didn't know where you were going with
She
that.
wasn't
I'm like,
playing
I'm supposed
along,
to,
you guys.
like, you might tell me next time. What are we
Bowls
saying? I thought we were saying pine cones or something.
No, you love bowls of citrus.
I do love bowls of lemons and limes, and I keep them out all the time. People think they're fake, but no, I have real ones out. And I keep them sitting out too, because if you use them, you want them room temperature anyway, because they're going to juice better.
Oh, that's a good tip. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, they don't, they're kind of hard and they don't release the juices as much if they're from the refrigerator. But for room temperature, yeah, it's a lot easier to juice them.
Wow. And they think they're fake because I'm sure, like you spend a lot of time picking them out at the market, because I don't want a bruised lemon in my bowl.
Oh, no.
I'm looking and then I want them all sort of the same color yellow. I want that deep, warm yellow, not the light yellow. Oh, yes.
From the sounds of this, I think you must be spending a lot more time selecting your lemons than I do.
I use Q-tips on my cabinets. Yes.
I'm not going to pick out a rotten one, but I'm not spending that much time on it.
It's a good time to pull out your crystal bowls too. A lot of people have these. You might have gotten them for a wedding gift, or somehow along the way you picked one up and you're like, yeah, when am I going to use that? Well, in your winter transition decor is a perfect time. You pull those out. And then I love adding things like pine cones to those, because I love that, that rub up against the really fine, lovely crystal with the rough hewn pine
Put some
cone.
moss in there, maybe.
Put some moss in it, baby. I love it. Yes. Oh, moss. Now that's another one. How about that really chartreusey green moss? You get that in bags, or you can get
yes.
it online, you get it wherever your
Mhm.
nursery is. And then putting a little nest of that, put a really nice pine cone, like a nice sized one, and then put a cloche over that.
Oh, I love it.
You like that?
Well,
Because
and
you've
remember
got
we've
the
talked about-
green,
yeah,
but it's not the real Christmas green.
Right. Well, and the lanterns and the cloches, you've got to have lanterns and cloches, and then you're just going to put whatever the season is, whatever the holiday is, that's where you put your stuff. And then it's kind of contained, and then you change it out. So get out those Christmas bulbs out of your cloche, and now you're going to put in the pine cones and some moss.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Those are your hot spots. So easy, everybody. How about a stack of new decor books for your coffee table? Yeah. So some ones that just came out, maybe if, maybe you were lucky enough to get one that you wanted for Christmas or buy yourself one, and just have a new stack. And that's just something that you can not only enjoy looking at by walking by your coffee table, but actually sit down and enjoy at one point.
How about a basket of birch logs next to the
I've always wanted
fireplace?
birch logs.
I know, or a basket with some nice plaid throws in it, or just kind of some delicious looking soft, warm throws. That just sounds so heavenly. I mean, so yeah, Christmas is going to be over soon, and we're going to be transitioning, but there's still so much to appreciate and enjoy about the season, about the winter. And I think it is about the coziness. It's about all these beautiful throws. It's about turning your fire on. Whereas for us, it's flipping a switch. Whereas for some people, it might actually be,
Rubbing
lighting
sticks together.
Yes, exactly. And this is the time where you want some nice candlelight. And I'm thinking of cozy things. Like you said, the books. This is the time, get out your teapot, have a beautiful, delicious cup of tea by the fire with your great design book. I mean, it can be a really lovely time of year.
Oh, yeah. We love it. Okay, here's a tip on getting branches from outside and bringing them in. So if you live in a place where it's cold, and it might be really cold, so your branches might even have like frost or ice on them or something like that, wait until the afternoon when they've thawed out a little bit, because you don't want to be cutting branches when they're too cold and too crisp and rigid. So let them warm up a little bit, sort of like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's a good time to cut them on the angle. Don't smash the ends, that's not going to help them. And get them right into some room temperature water, and you should be able to keep those branches for a very long time. And here's the thing: what if they're branches from trees that will bud flowers? If they have got the buds on them, you might be able to even start forcing some branches to bloom at this time of year. So think about that. Think about what you've got going on outside, and then bring that in. Another idea is to mix your metals like a crazy person. Just to mix them all up. We talked about mercury glass, but find some inexpensive candlesticks. Bring in some golds. Bring in some silvers. Maybe even some wooden ones. Just mix in it all together. But the mixing of the metals is so pretty this time of year.
Well, and also just think of your other senses too. Like get your diffuser out and put in some of those wintry kind of, the germ fighter scents with the cinnamon and all these pumpkin spices. Just fill the house with all these beautiful smells. Perhaps you can make some homemade wassail or warm up that spiced cider that they sell at Trader Joe's that we're addicted to. That's delicious. So your house smells all inviting and warm. Make some little fresh cookies. I mean, I'm just even thinking beyond the decor, just things to do to enjoy the season.
Yeah, it's lovely. I have a little bit of maybe like a crazy idea, a little silly idea, but I don't know. What if you had your tree and it still looked good, and that it was not all dried up? And what if you just took everything off it except the lights, and you just let that go to, say, like our birthday, like January 17th, something like that. Then you sang happy birthday around it to us, just because it's like when the pumpkins should go, they're never really ready to go. And I feel bad because they're so nice looking, but you have to move on, and you can't have, pumpkins when you have your Christmas wreaths and stuff like that. So I was thinking, gee, I wonder I wouldn't want to look at a Christmas tree with all the stuff on it because, again, that would be too Christmassy. But if you took it all off, you could maybe let it go for another week. Or say you're a person who wants all your Christmas stuff down like on the 26th. But it'd be super fine to leave your tree at least until after New Year, but just with the white lights. Because sometimes, does anybody agree? Sometimes when you put the tree up and then you put the lights on, I think it looks so beautiful right now. I don't even want to put anything on it. I love just the green
some
tree
people, I
with the
think, do
lights.
that just for Christmas, is do just the lights. I mean, I think that's a legitimate Christmas look if you want.
I think it's legit.
Now,
yeah.
Yeah. Now, the thing about the tree is, I guess for me, is it just takes up so much space and I don't really have a good place for my tree.
Right.
So I probably wouldn't do that, but I would be very open to the greenery, the real greenery on the fireplace mantle or on the staircase, just some other place where it's the greenery and you take off the Christmassy things where it's just kind of greenery and maybe pine cones and maybe some lights. I think that, I think that's a great idea. If you have the space for the tree and you want to keep it up, I think that's a neat way to transition it, is to just have the lights on it.
Yeah, because we've never really done that. I mean, maybe other people do, and it wasn't this sort of like, really crazy independent thought. But I was thinking today, like, it looks so nice. And then when you take it, why not step it down? Why? Because every year I just take everything off. And then as I've told you guys before, I cut all the branches off and I drag them out to the garden and I put them all around the bushes and I mulch them that way. But maybe this year I'm just going to take the stuff off and I'm going to try it this year. I will try it.
Did you get a real tree this year?
Yeah.
Oh, look at you.
Anita, do you have a crush for today?
I do. Have you ever had those Pimpernel placemats? Have you ever used those before?
A what? A Pimpernel?
Pimpernel?
No, I never heard of that.
I think they're made in the UK and they're MDF.
London.
Well, no. I've been buying these for ages.
Teasing.
No, this is nothing. No.
It took me like 12 years to get over living in London for a year. So, I mean, I still talk about it all the time.
Yeah, right. But this is I've been buying these for years because we always are eating on an antique table that, you can't just put your plate and glass on and everything.
I bet people try.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do.
Stop it with that. Okay. So it's MDF, but it's lacquered on the top and cork on the bottom. I'm sure you've seen
It's
them.
MDF? It's what we talked about in the cabinet episode?
Well, I think it's MDF, but it's just kind of, it's like a flat, it's a coaster. It's like a coaster, but it's big enough it's a mat, a placemat. So it's not fabric.
Wow.
So you kind of wipe it down. I can't believe you haven't seen
No,
these.
I can't believe either, because I have to say, my family complains about my placemats, which I love. They're nubby. They're almost like sisal. But, and I'm not like exactly your level, but I'm kind of a germaphobe too. And I've had these for a long time. And even my daughter was like, shouldn't we get new placemats? I mean, they don't look bad, you guys. They don't look bad at all.
But who knows what's lurking
You can't
under
clean
the
them.
surface.
You can't. If you rinse them off, then they get that funny smell because they're kind of, that natural woven.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
all right.
So these you can wipe down, you can spray with the cleaner. So you just wipe it down. And because the cloth ones, they get stained, or maybe just my family drops everything on them.
Oh, no, they do.
They get washed all the time, and then they just don't. They really don't. The fabric ones do not last for very long. Well, I was so excited because I saw the Pimpernel placemats in the Strawberry Thief pattern, the William Morris Strawberry Thief pattern. Do you know which pattern I'm talking about?
Oh my gosh, it's all this stuff. I know William Morris, but
William Morris, it's like one of their most famous, one of the most, it was one of the most popular patterns. If you look it up, if you Google it, you're going to go, oh, I've seen this before. So he based it on the thrushes that he found stealing fruit from his kitchen garden of his countryside home, Kelmscott Manor in Oxfordshire. And so these were designed in 1875. The pattern was designed then.
Oh, William Morris, not
William Morris designed it in 1875, and then it was a fabric. But these days the fabric has turned into wallpapers and now these placemats. But I had never seen it in the Pimpernel. So now it's available in the Pimpernel. So that is my Christmas present to myself. I'm so excited.
Placemats. You're so self-indulgent.
They're
Stop
really
it.
well. I know.
Okay. Is it Pimpernel like the Scarlet Pimpernel book?
Yes, I think it's
What's
the same spelling.
What is a Pimpernel? Oh, this is
Well, I
something
don't
for
know.
next time. What is? Who knows? I challenge the listeners.
Well, it's the name of the company, I think. Well, I don't know what a Pimpernel is. Maybe it's. I don't know that that's something. It's just the name of the company.
Yeah, but the Pimpernel must mean something.
Well,
Okay.
it's got to be something.
We're gonna find. Okay, you guys let us know if you find out.
I'll
Okay,
include
that's
a link to
great.
them.
I want to get these.
What's your crush?
Okay, this is good. I, based on you, started to become concerned about my pots giving off aluminum.
Yes.
I had Calphalon, and I've had them for a very, very, very long time. And I think I was, I got them for Christmas one year when we first got married. And so they were like the professional grade, but I read about them that, if they get nicks or something in them, that the aluminum that's inside of them may start coming out. So you kind of got me a little freaked out with the aluminum thing. And I have one all-clad, all stainless steel skillet that I always use, and I love it. And it's so easy to clean. So I thought, I'm just going to get all-clad, a big stock pot and another pot. And that's really the only pots that I have. I have like 3 pots.
Right.
So, but they were so expensive, the all-clad, and it is Christmas time, and I am spending money on other people right now. I was like, pots. Yeah. So then I
did get the placemats for myself.
Well, there you go. But I didn't want to get pots for myself. So I started to exploring, like, okay, it's stainless steel. Like, long as it's the same grade stainless steel, am I paying for the all-clad name? Which is a good name to pay for.
Well, right. You can buy cheap stainless steel. You don't have to pay a lot for stainless steel.
Right. But you want to make sure, because I did do some research. I mean, you want to make sure it's a certain thickness. You want to make sure that all of this, because you don't want to be back in your same position that I was with my other thing. So I found this company who I've actually seen before selling other home products on Amazon. It's called Stone and Beam. It's like one of those companies on Amazon that has like its own page and everything. And so I bought my new stainless steel stock pot and a regular, sort of bigger saucepan from them, for sauce pot from them. And I love it. It has the same feel in your hand as the all-clad. The handle doesn't get hot, and it seems to conduct the heat really well. So I would highly recommend it. And it was like half the price.
Wow.
Of the all-clads.
There you go.
And, and even if you needed more, or you liked to have more pots, if you bought them in a set, it was probably a better deal, but I just wanted the 2. So I just bought these 2 individually. So I can put the link to those in the show notes. I'm very happy with them. And they're so super shiny and pretty. Yeah.
And then at some point we got to get you onto an iron skillet, but we'll deal with that later.
I had a cast iron skillet, but I think I told you,
you said you broke it.
I tried to clean it.
Which is the first time I've heard of one breaking, but whatever.
I don't think I broke it. I don't know.
You said it cracked because it hadn't been seasoned. So
something bad happened to it. I had to throw it away.
Something happened. Yes, we know what happened. We all know what happened.
It was not cracking in half. It started to chip off almost. Yeah. That's what was happening. And so that probably was because I tried to clean it, and that was bad. BritBox just keeps getting better. The new Archie is amazing. And it's not the comics. It's about Cary Grant. Archie is the brand new limited series starring Jason Isaacs as Archie Leach, the man who became Cary Grant. From the award-winning screenwriter of Philomena, Archie tells Grant's born in Britain, made in Hollywood story, the dramatic grit to glamour transformation that led him to become one of the most famous people in the world. You are going to absolutely love the acting, but also the styling, the outfits, the scenery. It's the first time his story has been told in collaboration with his daughter Jennifer Grant and ex-wife Diane Cannon. The performances from Jason Isaacs and the rest of the cast are amazing, and it's only available on BritBox. So sign up for BritBox today to stream Archie and other fan favorites from any device. And we have a special limited time offer for our U.S. and Canadian listeners. Get 50% off. Yes, that's 50% off your first month when you sign up for a monthly plan. But only if you go to BritBox.com and use our promotion code DTT at checkout. You're going to love Archie. So head over right now and get 50% off your first month of BritBox. Use the promotion code DTT at BritBox.com. Inevitably, with the new year come wellness goals. One very effective and easy to reach goal is to add Dose to your wellness regime. Dose is expertly formulated organic wellness shots that support your liver in one delicious drink. Formulated with ingredients clinically shown to support liver health. Potent turmeric, milk thistle, and ginger. There's 0 sugar and 0 calories. Did you know that your liver performs over 500 special functions? Since I learned all that my liver is doing, I started with Dose to support all those vital functions. I take a shot of refreshing Dose 2 times per week to combat everyday toxins from food, meds, alcohol, and unhealthy air. Since starting with Dose about a month ago, I am definitely feeling an overall improvement in my health. So if you want to give Dose a shot and invest in your health like I have, Dose is offering DTT listeners 15% off your first order, plus an additional 15% off if you subscribe for a monthly delivery. That's 30% off your first order. So go to dosedaily.co/DTT and use the code DTT. That's dosedaily.co.co/DTT and use the code DTT. Okay, so our question today is from Valerie R. Valerie wants to know, and this is a great time for this question, Valerie, how do we organize what she assumes are our very busy schedules?
Oh.
Like, how do we keep track of
Well,
what we're doing?
Valerie, I'm probably going to have a different answer from Kelly. But
You're
Valerie,
so going to have a different answer from me.
because I love technology. I'm not going to lie. I love technology. And so I do Google Calendar. And because that integrates with my Gmail, I get notifications. I make sure I'm notified so that I don't forget. I can put the location in there. And then when it comes up on my calendar, I can do the Google, the Apple CarPlay, and then I'm just touching it. And then boom, then the location's showing up in my car. So it's very integrated. You can invite people to events. And then if the time changes, then they're notified by Google Calendar.
Are they ever?
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, because I do send a certain person who's listening here notifications. Sometimes they are ignored.
Not you, Valerie. I think that's me.
Yeah, that's you.
They're never ignored. They're often deleted because I have, Valerie, written it all down in pencil in my book that I keep. My calendar.
Yeah, but then you have to. Yeah, but if you lose your book, then you're up a creek. But see, mine is my calendar is available on all of my devices.
Yes.
And, but also it just kind of integrates with everything. But I will tell you too, I use Wunderlist. It's not for my schedule, but I use it for grocery lists and stuff that needs to be bought at certain places. And my family they fought me tooth and nail on it, because they were used to the paper list. But once we switched over to Wunderlist, it is so wonderful because you don't have to remember to pick up the list. You show up at the grocery store, you pull it up, and then everybody's items, everything everyone wants is already on there. You don't have to then go, hey, I ended up going to the grocery store. What did you want? It's all there. And then you check it off, and then the person gets a notification that it was purchased. And that is such a lifesaver. It's not really a calendar thing, but it's kind of an organization thing that is especially helpful if you're buying for other people too. So those are my two things.
Which so many of us are. And one note on that Wunderlist, it's an app, and Anita did have me on it for a while. I think I still have it on my phone. And it did. You
were really good at ignoring it too.
It was more, no, then I was giving you jobs too.
Well,
because
that's
you can
true.
give people,
you can assign things.
It's a to-do list, really, like a shared to-do list. And I did kind of enjoy that because there was a great satisfaction. I like, crossing the thing off the list. So that was okay. But Valerie, to answer your question, I do enjoy technology as well, but not with my schedule. I have always been used to having a written schedule, and that I can move it around and highlight and do all that. And it just seems to me like it just
you can
works.
do that on the computer too.
Did I interrupt you during your time?
Okay.
Just pipe down there. So yes, so every year I get all jazzed up about picking on a new planner. I use now last few years, I've been using that Rifle Paper Company planner, which I absolutely love. They give you plenty of space for each day. I use only a pencil to write it in, and sometimes a highlight if things are very important. And that's where I keep it all. I have not been very good at integrating everything onto my phone, so I can't really trust my phone, but if I'm out and about and somebody says, oh, let's do this at such time, or I need you at such time, I'll put it in my phone, but then I transfer it. So that my book, and Anita is right. If God forbid, knock on wood, my house burned down or I was robbed and they took my Rifle Paper calendar, I would be up a creek. Mm-hmm. But that's the way I've always been reminders, used to it.
But okay.
No, but I just open it every day and I look and then I remember. But I'm just used to it. When I used to be a lawyer, I had a big calendar on my desk, one of those where big giant page and you'd rip it off when the month was over and I could see everything.
I had the little book that you would hand write everybody's phone number and then all your schedule, and I would get new inserts every year and had a nice cover.
Very nice. Very nice. I love all that
In
stuff.
the olden days, that is what I did.
In the olden days, yeah. So I'm still kind of a throwback in that way. And I think I always will be. I like writing stuff down. I like going to Paper Source and buying my new.
Okay, well, it probably fits in your saddlebag on your horse when you're.
I have it in my Victorian home, and after it's like I tie the horse up, I write down where I'm going the next day.
Okay, well, I'm sure that works well for you.
But isn't it nice how Anita and I have such different approaches to this very similarly crazed schedule, and we're all getting it done and showing up. So whatever works best for you, Valerie. But yeah, Wunderlist I liked. I would try that if that's, as Anita said, more an organizational thing. And I would like to get better as far as having it on my phone. But this Google scheduling thing, Anita loves. So give that a try if you think that might work for you.
Well, and then I can't tell you how many times it's happened where someone said, when did such and such happen? Or when was this doctor's appointment? And I can go back on my phone wherever I am and find it. But here's the other, let me just talk about one other benefit of that. Because I'm scheduling things for my family, I actually have access to their calendars and it shows up on mine. So this way, when I'm scheduling events, I can see what they have on their calendar and I'm not going to be scheduling over things that they have planned.
That's smart. Yeah, that is smart. No, there's a lot of advantages to coming into the current century with your scheduling.
Just, next time you're riding your horse.
But you don't get stickers, and I get stickers with my planner, which I really like.
Okay. No, I'm sure that's right. Well,
well, this was fun.
It's so fun. And I guess my hope from this is that you can enjoy the time after Christmas and that you won't feel sad about it being over. I want you to make your home just the way you want it, make it cozy, make it inviting, so you can really enjoy it. Because I really don't want anyone to feel sad that the holidays are passing. So thanks for hanging out with us. And remember, we're here to inspire you to create a beautiful home. Until next time.
I want to remind you that we are available for design consults. We take on your design dilemmas, questions, renovations, any project you want to talk about, any room, any space. We are here for you. And we really do enjoy doing these. And I think we've helped people a lot. So if you want to sign up for a consult, head to the link in the show notes. It's decoratingtipsandtricks.com/consult. We hope to talk to you soon.